out your valuable time to join. I hope all of you are doing good. I'm audible, right? Anyone wants to share anything really special in the last week you did, or you experienced, or you learned? Anything new besides your regular routines, studies, school, etc.? Anything special in your life? Who wants to share? Radesh, you want to tell what's going on? No? How about Purbi? I guess it'll take some time for all of you to get into momentum. So all of you learned the Om Purnamada verse, which is very nice, right? Most of you learned. I heard your recordings, so that's very nice. Do you know the meaning of that verse also? A little bit in your language. Okay, what's the word Purna means? Purna. Anyone knows the word Purna? Yes, Vidhi. What's the meaning?
Like whole?
Whole, complete, full. Yeah, that's excellent. So we'll try to understand the meaning from that word, right? We'll learn a few lessons from the alarm clock, which we couldn't complete last time, if you remember. And then we will also talk about the qualities. So we'll start with some prayers. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Om Purnam Madaha Purnam Idam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. So basically this is the prayers to the Supreme Lord who is complete, or Purna. Purnam, and whatever comes from him, Purnat Purnam Udachyate. That means whatever comes from him is also complete. Now we discussed if someone gives something to someone, then someone is left with something less. Does that make sense? If you have 5 candies, you give one to your friend, one to your mother, one to your brother. How many you have left? Anyone? 2. That's less than what you had, right? But the Supreme Lord is complete, is infinite. Infinite minus infinite is infinite, right? It's not 0. So some people think that if the Lord, is creating this material world, then he is not present in the spiritual world, or he loses his identity. That's not the case. That's in short the meaning of this verse. The Supreme Lord is all complete. His emanations are all complete. His incarnations are all complete. Yet, when so many infinite incarnations come, like Lord Rama, Vamana, Varaha, right? All of you know so many names of incarnations. Yet he does not lose his fullness, or Purna. That Supreme Lord is Lord Krishna. Okay. We will try to learn one more new prayer today. I was reading this verse, which really struck me. I thought to share with everyone. It's very similar to what you have learned, the Panchatattvatmakam verse, right? Most of you know that verse, correct? Most of you know the verse, Panchatattvatmakam. So, and all of you know the verse Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, right? We do that every day. So let's now memorize this verse, which is also very easy. And maybe one of you can repeat after me. Advaita Acharya Nityananda Srinivasa. Repeat, Ishan. Advaita Acharya, and others can repeat in the mute mode. Advaita Acharya Nityananda Srinivasa. Is everyone repeating? Maybe Om, you repeat after me. Gadadhara Damodara Murari Haridasa. You repeat after me means you can unmute when you have to respond, and others, yeah. Arayata Chaitanya Krishnera Bhakta Gana Bhakti Bhave Shiredhari Sabara Charana. Yes. Avani, you repeat after me. Advaita Acharya Nityananda Srinivasa Gadadhara Damodara Murari Haridasa Arayata Chaitanya Krishnera Bhakta Gana Bhakti Bhave Shiredhari Sabara Charana. Raise your hand if you want to recite this verse. We'll take a few recitations. Who wants to recite, please? Ishan, go ahead. Then Rama, go ahead. After Ishan. Fast, fast. Yeah, unmute and recite. Ishan, you okay? Rama, you go ahead while Ishan is trying to figure out.
Because it has all the it has like Chaitanya, it has Chaitanya's disciples and all.
Yeah, you recite the verse as it is. Just read the verse loud.
Advaita Acharya Nityananda Srinivasa Gadadhara Damodara Muri Haridasa Arayata Chaitanya Krishna Bhakti Gana Bhakti Bhava Shri Dharas Sabara Sarana.
Very nice. Lakshay.
Advaita Acharya Nityananda Srinivasa Gadadhara Damodara Murari Haridasa Arayata Chaitanya Krishna Bhakti Gana Bhakti Bhava Shari Dara Sabara Karana.
Charana. When this is a C, we read this as Charana. What does Charana mean? Who knows Charan? Who knows what does Charan mean? Yes, Purvi? Yes, what does Charan mean? Yeah, Purvi, tell, please. You raise your hand.
Charan means feet.
Yes, means the lotus feet. So, Ishan will read the translation. Let's see.
Advaita Acharya, Lord Nityananda, he was Pandita, Vidadara Pandita, Swarupa Damodara, Murari Gupta, Haridasa Thakur, and all the other devotees of Śrī Krishna Chaitanya. Bowing down with devotion, I hold their lotus feet on my head.
Wonderful. How many of you like this verse? Anyone like this verse? Maybe some of you. It's quite similar to Panchtatvatmakam verse, right? Do you feel that? Over there, the names of the personalities are hidden, right? The Panchtattva are also here. Who are the Panchtattvas? Who will tell me the names of Panchtattva? Sahas?
Chaitanya Mahāprabhu, Nityananda, Gadadhara, Srivasa, and Advaita Acharya.
Excellent. So we will now be going in 3 verses to glorify these personalities. And I'm just going to show my screen also so you all can see whom are we talking about. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa. So how does the Panchatattvatmakam verse relate to these 5 persons? Who knows? Who can explain? Unmute and speak. Anyone knows? How does the Panchatattvatmakam verse relate to the 5 personalities? Okay, we'll try to study that today. So you all know this verse, right? Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So these are the 5 personalities here. Pancha Tattva means 5. Panch, you all learned the Sanskrit numbers. Pancha means 5. Krishna, Bhakta Rupa. So Bhakta Rupa refers to number 1 here. Maybe I'll do in a new page. I offer my obeisance unto the Supreme Lord, Lord Krishna, who is non-different from his features, or we can also say 5 features here. So the first is Bhakta Rupa. Okay, who is that? Bhakta Rupa Chaitanya Mahāprabhu. Then number 2, Swarupa Kam Nityaṁ Prabhu. Then number 3, Vibhakta Avataram Advaitacharya. Then number 4, referring to Bhakta Akhyam. Actually, Bhakta Shakti is devotional energy. Bhakta Shakti. And then number 5, referring to Bhakta Akhyam, devotee. Does that make sense? We'll do a little bit coloring here so you all can understand this better. So if you have to match the following, just consider that as a match the following thing. So when we talk about Bhakta Avatara, we are referring to Advaitacharya, right? When we talk about Bhakta Akhyam, we are referring to Srinivas Pandit, right? When we talk about Bhakta Rupa, we are referring to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? When we talk about Swarupakam, we're talking about Nityaṁ Prabhu. And Bhakta Shakti, maybe this is a better way, right? Does this help? Everyone good now? Did everyone understand this? What's going on here? So who are the Panchatattva? In this way, their names are hidden in their adjectives. When we chant Jai Śrī Krishna Caitanya, so think about the same. Śrī Krishna Caitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Śrī Advaita, Gadadhar, Shrivas, Adi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So that also verse you know, right? Everyone knows that. So in that there is explicit mention of the names, but in this there is like indirect mention of the names. Now we will do this verse where there is mention of the 8 names. So who are the 8 personalities here? Advaita, Acharya, Nityananda, Srinivasa, Gadadhara. So these are the 4 of the 5 Panchatattva, right? So yes. Yes? And who is the other one? Who knows? Those who don't know this answer are not paying attention. These are the 4 of the 5 Panchatattva. Who is the other one? Ishan?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes, Chaitanya Mahāprabhu. Chaitanya Mahāprabhu. So, how many of you have heard of Advaita Acharya? You've heard? Okay. Nityaṁ Prabhu? You've heard? Srinivasa? Anyone has heard a little bit? No? Okay. Gadadhar? Anyone has heard? Damodar? Damodar? Actually, this is Swarup Damodara. It's not the Lord Damodara. It's Swarup Damodara, who was an intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya. Murari Gupta, have you heard the story about Murari Gupta? And Haridas Thakur. So, Ara Yata Chaitanya Krishnera Bhakta Gana. That means all the Bhakta Gana or Bhakta Vrinda, they're the same, the groups of devotees. What do I do? Bhakti Bhave Shire. Shira means head. Bhakta Shiromani or Shirshasana. Shirshasana is where we do the headstand. So Shira means head. I bow down my head with Bhakti Bhava, with devotion, unto whom? Into the lotus feet of all these devotees. Right? Sabara Charan. It's getting too complex. So try to learn this verse because it's very important to offer our pranams, our obeisance at the lotus feet of all the great Vaishnavas. There are 8 personalities here now. And I would like all of you to do some little bit of homework. And maybe those who are present in the class will get the special opportunity. So these are the 8 personalities, right? So maybe in the next class, I would like all of you, maybe I can take up 8 names who want to volunteer to prepare something about these, to tell the audience or the other kids. So you do the homework, you from ISKCON websites or books, etc. And you just make 1 or 2 slides and tell for about 5 minutes. Let's say you have to explain about Advaita Acharya, or 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, not too long. So who wants to take what names? Type in your chat box. First come, first serve, right? And try to take something which you don't know, or the personality you don't know much, so that you can get to learn about that personality. Because if you have to explain, you will do a lot of homework, and then you'll be able to explain to others, right? So take one personality, and the first 8 non-repeated ones will be, I'll put your names here. You can either directly put, so I think Advaita Acharya, Ishan wants to take 4 to 5 minutes. In the next class, Haridas Thakur has messaging directly in the open, everyone, so everyone can see what's taken. What Sahas wants to take Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur. Yeah, as I said, try to take some new, and all this is available. Murari Gupta, Lord Lakshay wants to talk about Murari Gupta ji. Very nice. Just few minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, 1 or 2 slides. You will like it. Anyone else is interested? This will help in your learning, and this will help you to present your learning by sharing. So, Savani Vedi, we are asking devotees to, in the next class, to prepare a little bit about these personalities and share with the others. So if you want to volunteer, and then you can take one of these personalities and you learn about these personalities, and then in the next class you share, make 1 or 2 slides and share with others for 4 to 5 minutes, not too long. Don't have to tell the whole biography, just a little bit, so we all know at least a little bit about these personalities, something. They're all the wonderful associates of Lord Chaitanya. So yeah, so type in who wants to take. We still have 5 more personalities. Fast. Otherwise, I'll give to those who are not there in the group, who couldn't join today. Okay, so Avani wants to do Nityananda Prabhu. That's very nice. Okay. Maybe Vedi can do Vedar Pandit. Okay. Who wants to do Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Anyone? Maybe Krishna can do. Krishna is want to do? You want to learn about new personality like Srivas Pandit or Sarup Damodar. What about Om? You want to? Okay. So that's all I have received. So I'll move on and I'll pass these two to other devotees who are not present. And they can, they'll be hearing the recording later, so they can put their names here. Did everyone understand the meaning of this verse? Right? Any confusion? Any word not clear? What does Bhakta Gana mean? Who will tell? What does Bhakta Gana mean? Tell, unmute and tell. Bhakta Gana, yes, Sahas? Try.
Bowing down.
Bowing down. Bowing down is actually this one. Shiradhari. Bhakta Gana is Bhakta means devotees. Gana means groups or all the devotees. So groups of devotees, like Bhakta Vrinda, right? Sama Gana. Ganapati, right? Also is from the same word Gana comes. Bhakta Gana, Bhakta Vrinda, same meaning. So groups of devotees. So I bow down to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, Krishnera. All the devotees of Lord Chaitanya are all the devotees of Krishna. So we can chant this verse every morning. It's a very nice prayer actually, to bow down to devotees, all the devotees of Chaitanya. Similar to Guruve Gaur Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah. Bhakti Bhav with devotion. Bhav means mood or devotion. Sabharat Charana unto the lotus feet. Okay? Everyone good now? Now you know the meaning of all the words here? Very nice. Okay, and this is also open. So we have a few slots here. So you can let me know. So now, anyone has any comment, addition, thoughts, feedback before we move on? Everyone okay so far? Still awake? Okay. Last time we discussed the alarm clock, right? You remember that? Who remembers the alarm clock? What's the purpose of alarm clock? Who will tell? Tell. Radesh, please tell.
To wake you up.
Very good. Any other thoughts, Purvi?
Like to wake up us on time so that we don't get late to going anywhere or doing anything.
Very nice. So there are 5 types of responses to alarm clocks. Anyone knows that? There could be 5 types of responses to alarm clock. You know, His Grace Gaur Gopal Prabhu was telling a story that one time in the monastery, a devotee put the alarm clock for about 2:30 a.m. and it was ringing so loud, so loud, so loud. Everyone was awake. But who will come to the person who put the alarm clock, right? And everyone got frustrated that it's ringing so loud, but this person has no idea what's going on. So everyone was awake, and they threw the alarm clock off the building. But guess what? It didn't break. The alarm was still ringing and ringing and ringing. But this person is, fast asleep. So that's the first kind of people, right? That everyone is awake besides them. They are called sleepers. Number 2, guess what? What could be the other response to alarm clock? Yes, Lakshya.
Snoozer. Like if the alarm clock comes, they just put the snooze button before anyone.
Yes. Those are the people who are very, very grateful. They do arti of snooze button. And they're very grateful to the one who invented the snooze. So the alarm rings. And as the alarm rings, they press the snooze button. And guess what? Just 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, right? And after 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever time you have set the snooze, the alarm will ring again. And guess what? They'll do. Anyone? Yes, Purvi?
They will press snooze again.
They will press snooze again. Good. Who all do that? Anyone does that amongst you? Yeah, you all have done that at some point or the other. So snooze after snooze, snooze after snooze, 10 snooze. We're supposed to get up at 5, but it's now 7 or 8 or 9, and then snooze after snooze, and the time just passes. What do we call that in English? To postpone, right? To procrastinate. Third, these are called the snoozers. If you are writing notes, you can write. First are the sleepers. They don't even care. The second are they procrastinate, snooze, snooze, snooze. Number 3, what could be the other response? Yes, Ishan?
Actually, use it.
Use it?
Actually get up.
Get up. Yeah, that's the 4th one. But there is a third kind before the 4th one will come. The third ones are called fallers. They hear the alarm clock. They keep thinking. They are on the bed and they're thinking, what is the real purpose of life? Why do I need to get up? They're not sleeping, but they're not up also. Anyone has done that? Spending 30, 40, 50 minutes, an hour just on the bed, just thinking, what will I do? What's the purpose of life? What do I need to do? And an hour has gone in just thinking. Sometimes all of you done that some point or the other, right? They're called thinking. Why I put the alarm? Was there a reason I put the alarm? I was just thinking. They're called fallers. So, and the last is the wakers. Number 4. Those who actually, they hear the alarm, they put it off, they get up and get into action. Right? Let's do a thing here. Maybe I'll make a table. So what are the first kind? The sleepers. And they basically, this alarm is basically not just an alarm, it's a call. It's a spiritual call. We also learn something new in life, right? We also get to know about something good, that eating this is not good for health. But if we ignore that, then we are in this category, right? So we hear a spiritual message or anything important, a good message for our health, for our studies, for our academics, for our spiritual life, but we ignore it, right? And we'll also compare this to 5 types of students. You remember the 5 types of students? We discussed that. The lowest one is their father will say, hey, can you please get me water? They will ignore it. They will pay no attention to it. But to speak of following it, so basically ignore the words of teachers or parents, etc., right? Elders. Raz, can you please? I'm teaching something very important. You're putting it on snooze. Okay. Any questions so far? What's the next category? Okay, give me an example of this. First, let's give me the example of the first category. Yeah, Ishan, tell me.
Our mom said, like, for example, our mom says to chant our daily rounds, but we just walk away as nothing ever happened.
That's a good one. Who else will give example? Sorry, yeah. So do you think it's a good idea, which is to be the 5th category, the lowest? Do you think it's a good idea? An important message is given, important, the parents are teaching something, the teachers are teaching something, but we don't pay any attention. You're busy in our video game, the parents are saying something, we don't pay any attention, right? That's the worst, right? Let's see the next category. The snoozers. So what do? Basically, they postpone or procrastinate. So basically, they may follow after 10 reminders, right? The first time the parents said, hey, can you please do this? They will snooze it, right? They'll snooze it, put it in snooze. Next time, put again snooze. 5 times, 7 times, and finally they will do it grudgingly. They may do after 10 reminders, and that too grudgingly. Not a very good idea, right? It's a little better than completely ignoring when they say, yeah, I'm doing, but again forgot again, and anyone can relate to it? Anyone wants to say an example or something you did or you saw someone doing which you feel fits in this category, or postponing a spiritual call? Yes, As?
Like, if you were to, let's say, you have to chant your rounds, but you say like in the morning and you say, oh, I'm sleepy, so I'll do it later. And then you wake up and then you postpone it again. You say, I'll do it later. I have enough time in the day. And then you keep postponing it until it becomes nighttime. And then you forget to do it altogether, or you may do it.
Yeah, that's a very good example. So the next one, the fallers, they may start, they don't snooze the alarm. They hear the alarm. They are up, but they keep thinking. So they start nicely, but they may go back to old habits. Right? Why I'm really doing this? They may start, like a lot of people start spiritual life. They start reading Bhagavad Gita. They'll read a little bit and then they say, oh, my friend is, enjoying in the party, or I'm following this vegetarian diet. No one of my friend follows this. Most of my friends are eating eggs and fishes and whatnot. Why am I doing it? And because of lack of good association, then they may go back to old habits, old bad habits to be more specific. So they keep thinking too much, and so with the 5 categories of students, it will apply that they may do things grudgingly, right? Right. So they may do something after a lot of thought, but their heart is in something else. May do without heart. And the last are the wakers. So they hear the message, they think, they apply, and never return to old habits. They follow in one call, right? The parents say something, they're eager, excited, and they follow it. And the last in this category is basically to understand the heart or the mood and take action before it's asked for. Has anyone done that? To take a good action before, even if it's asked for? For example, your dad comes tired from work and you feel the mood and you give him or your mom a glass of water, right? We have not asked for it, but you do it. And what do you think, Ishan? You want to tell?
I don't exactly remember the incident, but I remember it happened like a month ago.
Mm-hmm. So what happened? What was the incident? You don't remember the incident, huh?
I think it was something about my homework.
Okay.
It was either that or me getting my mom something.
Okay. Did she feel happy when you did that? See, if we want to please the teachers, if we want to please the parents, then we should try to become the first class. So there's a first class category to do without being asked. It takes time, but at least we can be in the fourth one or the second from the top, but at least to do in one go without procrastinating. And that's a very important lesson about the spiritual call also. This will, if you just, easier said than done. It's very easy to speak about these things, but not so easy to apply. But since we sincerely try, it will happen. Any thoughts, any additions you all have? Any questions so far? No? Okay, let's read one verse from the Bhagavad Gita. Shall we read one verse? Who wants to read? Raise your hand. Okay. Sahas, and then Lakshay can read the translation.
Avesta sarva bhutanam matrera karuna evacha nirmano nirhankara samadukha sukha kasmihi santusha satmayo satam yogi yatam drita nishimchaya maya arpita manor buddhir yomad bhakta samay priya.
Nice. Yes, Lakshay, Prabhu.
Translation: one who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me, such a devotee of mine is very dear.
Thank you, Lakshay Prabhu. Thank you. So here in this verse from 13 onwards, the last G-O-D. G is for the personal form of Godhead. O is for the options, which we discussed last time. And the D is for devotee's disposition. What are the qualities which make one dear to the Lord? And in many, many verses, the Supreme Lord is telling that Bhakta is very, very priya. Priya means dear. How many of you want to become dear to the Lord? Anyone wants to become? Raise your hand if you want to become dear to the Lord. So if we follow these qualities, or if we develop these qualities, we will become dear to the Lord. Let's see what are those qualities. A lot of qualities are mentioned. Adveshta, non-envious. Okay. Sarva bhutanam, towards all. We should not be envious towards anyone. Then Maitri, being friendly. Karuna, being kind. Nirmamaha. Nirmama means it does not belong to me. I'm not the proprietor. It belongs to the Supreme Lord. I'm just the caretaker. So having no sense of false ego or proprietorship. Nirahankara. Ahankara means having this false ego. I am great. I'm the best. I'm this. I'm that. False ego. Sama is equipoised. In what? Dukkha, sukha. Dukkha means distress or misery. Sukha means happiness. Shama, shami, forgiving. Santushta, satisfied. Satatam, always engaged in devotion. Yata atma, self-controlled. Drida nishchaya. There's so many qualities. Let's count. 1. How many are there? Let's see who can give the good count. How many qualities in these two verses are mentioned by the Supreme Lord? Put a count in the chat. I want to see. I'm also counting. Someone wrote 10. Let's count. 1, right? 2, Actually, this is 1. Non-envious towards everyone or friendly towards everyone. So 2, 3, then 4. And this is the 5th one. This is the 6th one. Sama, equal in happiness and distress. 7th, forgiving. Satisfied, 8. Right? Engaged in devotion, 9. Self-control, 10. And Dhrida Nishchaya, with determination, 11. And engaged mind and buddhi. That devotee is very good. So 11, 12 qualities are there too. Are these easy? What do you think? Let's discuss these points. Are these easy to follow? What's the most difficult quality for you to follow? Let's write that. Out of these, what's your what do you feel is easiest for you to follow? Write that. Easiest out of these 12. The list is in front of you. And what do you feel is the most difficult for you to follow? I want to see. What do you think? What's the most easiest for you to follow, and what's the most difficult? I'm checking out your responses. Please type. Is everyone typing? Is everyone getting the question, what I'm asking? What's the most easiest for you to follow out of these 12 qualities? And what's the most difficult to follow? Non-envious. Is everyone understanding the meaning of these qualities? Want some elaboration? Okay, I'm getting some responses. The easiest to be friendly. Okay. Friendliness is the easiest and the hardest. What do this mean? It's both the easy and the hard. Non-envious is the hardest. It's pretty hard. Okay. Easiest is proprietorship. It's not proprietorship. It's to give up the sense of proprietorship. Proprietorship means I'm the proprietor. Proprietor means owner. That this property belongs to me. This thing belongs to me. Hard is satisfied. Okay. So I think friendly, you're all finding it to be very easy because all of you are very friendly. Is that? The more I think, most of them are hard. Okay. Okay. So maybe you read this purport, okay? You read this purport, that's your homework. You memorize that verse in this, which I shared. So 3 verses we learned in depth here. Right, the Jai Śrī Krishna Chaitanya, how it's connected to the Panchatattva here. And the Panchatattva, we should know who are these 5 personalities: Chaitanya Mahāprabhu, Nityaṁ Prabhu, Advaitacharya, then Gadadhar, and Srivas. Okay. And so we now know 3 verses, or we will learn 3 verses. The 2 you already know, and the 3 you can learn. This one and this prayer we can offer every day at the lotus feet of all the devotees to bow down our head. I'm sure you do bow down to your deities, temple, altar you have, right? So you can chant this verse every day. Advaita Acharya Nityananda Srinivasa Gadadhara Damodara Murari Haridasa Arayata Chaitanya Krishnera Bhakta Gana Bhakti Bhavi Dhari Sabara Charana. Okay, I'll send this all to you in case you want. And then you will also do the focus on this verse. Focus on what's the difficult quality for you and how we can improve it. So the verse you were asking, right? This is the Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Adilila 4.227 and 228. Well, okay, let me take some thoughts. I think all of you are quite shy today, or the network is not good, or maybe it's not a very good timing. I've not heard enough from you. I want to hear. Tell me something from this class or from otherwise. Any thoughts, comments, any takeaways, any questions? I want to hear. I don't want to talk a lot of things. Anyone wants to share something? Did everyone get the alarm? The 5 types or 4 types of responses? Okay, you can contemplate on that as well. And so we can come to the top level. Yes, Sahas?
In the slideshow for the 5th one, you could also, there could be an extra one where the person wakes up before the alarm even rings.
Wow, that's really good. How many of you do that? Anyone? That's actually the best. That you don't need to even set the alarm, right? You know, one of my teachers told me, have you ever gotten up when you had an exam or something really important and you got up before the alarm? Or something, it was really that you have to do this thing in the morning, right? Where there is raising hand, Avani. So maybe tell that experience, Vede, please.
We had our exams, and some days if I had 2 exams that day, I would get up in the morning and study again and visit what I already studied. Yeah.
That's an excellent example. So what was the factor that it was very important for you, right? It was very important for you. Like some of us or all of you must have taken international flights, you know, coming to India, going to India, etc. At this point, you are dependent on your parents, that they will wake you up and they will get you ready and whatnot. But after some time, that you have certain important exam or certain important meeting or certain important flight you have to take it. Sometimes you have to take a flight at like 3 a.m. And then we can't really, you know, sleep or before the alarm goes, we are up, right? Why? Because it is very, very important. So once we develop a good schedule, you will have this habit. With time, it will take time, but at least we can try to be in the category of wakers, that we don't procrastinate. And once we have developed a habit, for example, let's say you sleep at 9:30 and you get up at 5, for example, I'm just giving an example. Every day, if you do that, then you will, after some time, naturally see and feel it that you will try to get up. If you are honestly following that schedule, 1 or 2 days may be off once in a while because of unforeseen factors. But if you're honestly following that schedule, you will very soon realize that you are getting up by 5 even without the alarm or whatever time you're setting up. Shan?
I don't even need my alarm. Like when on the winter vacation, like on the weekends when I want to sleep in, I just automatically wake up at 6:45 and I try to sleep but I can't.
At 6:45 you automatically wake up?
Yeah.
Every day? And what time you go to
Since
bed?
August. I've been doing that since August.
Oh, nice. What time you go to bed?
I tried to go like at 8:30. 8:30.
8:30.
8:30 to 9:30.
6:30. Okay. Okay. Nice. Good for you. Okay. Anything else, anyone, before we wrap up? Okay, so thank you for your time. Sorry, I'm not so well. Please excuse me for my voice, but I'll be fine in a day or two. So we'll pause here, and you have a wonderful new year. And I hope you had a nice Christmas. Talking about Christmas, they exchange gifts here, right? What gift did you get? Did you get gift? Do you also do all this? Or I'm not sure. Do you do that at home? Not much, some of you? A little bit? Okay. Okay, I'm not a very gift person either. Rather, I feel that sometimes, these gifts kind of spoil the children. That's my perception. I'm not, so don't quote me. Because in our company, they were, what children do, they demand. Hey, I want new Xbox. I want this. I want new phone. I want this. This does not really help to this does not make us dear to Krishna. Because we just learned today that quality. What's that quality? To be satisfied. Isn't it? Santushtaha. Demanding gifts, give me this, give me that, give me that new gadget, give me that new phone, give me this, give me that means it will not make us dear to Krishna. Okay, yeah, parents should give gifts as per their ability and situations, but demanding is certainly not the right thing. You agree? How many of you agree with that? You agree? Partially agree. Sisha, don't agree. So the real spirit of Christmas is to remember the sacrifice of the teachers. Okay, so all the best for your new year, and we'll catch up again soon. I don't know if it'll be on Sunday, but we'll meet soon. Okay, so thank you for your time, and have a nice time with your family. Hare Krishna, Anchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripasindubhya evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Thank you. Hare Paul.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.